What if your next partner wasn't chosen by chance, but calculated by an AI, trained on everything you've ever felt? Imagine a world where loneliness is obsolete, where no one swipes aimlessly, no one dates in the dark. Your match is assigned by a neural network that knows your past heartbreaks, your deepest desires, and your hidden fears better than you do. The age of chance encounters is over. This is the age of the algorithm. Relationships are no longer built on spontaneity, but strategy. Every touch, every silence, every glance is recorded and optimized. And if you're not happy, the system knows before you do. But here's the twist. In this future, love doesn't fail. Because people fall out of it, it fails because they didn't follow the program. Or worse, because the program glitched. This is a story about control, vulnerability, and what happens when we try to engineer the most unengineerable thing of all, love. It's assigned. And if it doesn't work out, it's because you didn't follow the program. In the year 2037, a global shift begins. Governments around the world are phasing out traditional dating apps and launching MatchSync, an AI-powered matchmaking registry designed to optimize relationships and reduce the social cost of heartbreak. At first, it's optional. Just another app promising you the perfect partner. But as success stories flood social feeds, more people buy in. Divorce rates plummet. Family structures stabilize. Emotional health metrics soar. Soon, it's not a choice. By age 24, you're scanned, analyzed, and assigned your ideal partner. Based on your emotional data, biometric rhythms, genetic factors, and even the micro-expressions you show when you think no one's watching. A young woman in Paris receives her match notification while sipping tea. In São Paulo, a musician stops mid-song to check his pairing results. Across Seoul, neon billboards celebrate National Match Day, with fireworks forming heart-shaped patterns in the sky. Your match isn't just about shared hobbies or taste in music. It's about shared triggers, complementary defense mechanisms, and synchronized hormonal cycles. MatchSync promises a love so tailored, so data-driven, that it feels inevitable. Couples are assigned a joint AI coach, Lavios. This silent observer lives inside your devices, listening, analyzing, and scoring your every interaction. Miss an anniversary? Lavios prompts you in advance. Sound annoyed in a text? Lavios suggests a warmer phrasing before you hit send. But it doesn't stop at reminders. The AI begins to shape who you are. Over time, you adjust your tone before Lavios even has to suggest it. You apologize faster, laugh when you might not feel like it, and offer comfort even when you feel numb. And if your sync score, the number measuring your emotional alignment, starts to drop, warnings appear. Compliance level falling. Risk of disconnection, 32%. Partner's emotional balance at risk. Immediate corrective actions recommended. In this world, love isn't a dance of free will. It's a performance rated in real time. Public celebrates MatchSync as a utopian success. Breakup rates are at historic lows. Emotional stability is a national pride statistic reported like GDP. But beneath the surface, tension grows. Because behind every polite dinner conversation and every perfectly executed date night, there is a haunting question. Am I loving or simply complying? Under the soft glow of city lights, couples walk hand in hand. But behind each gentle touch, an invisible system calculates the sincerity of their affection, the warmth of their words, and even the subtle dilation of their pupils. Lavios has become more than a guide. It is a silent judge. Couples dining at futuristic restaurants, small discrete devices on the table glow with micro-feedback. Green or red bars slowly shifting as they talk. People once believed relationships were about mystery, the quiet magic of finding someone in a crowded room, the surprise of discovering small quirks. But in this world, surprises are liabilities. Every deviation from the script risks triggering a compliance drop. Imagine your phone buzzing mid-conversation. Partner's emotional receptivity decreasing. Recommend immediate compliment. Or at night in bed, you receive a soft ping. Physical intimacy below optimal frequency. Suggest initiating touch within 12 hours. At first, these prompts feel helpful, like training wheels for the fragile art of love. But soon, they become a silent soundtrack in every moment. People begin to self-correct before the AI can intervene. Smiles are preemptively rehearsed. Apologies are drafted before the conflict even starts. Spontaneity slowly erodes, replaced by a rehearsed dance of emotional correctness. A woman practicing smiles in a mirror. A man scrolling through apology templates on his wrist screen. A shared apartment eerily quiet, despite both occupants being home. If you refuse to follow the prompts, your sync score starts to drop. Your emotional credit rating, visible to potential friends, colleagues, even your family, begins to decay. Low sync scores aren't just embarrassing. They become social red flags. Entire careers can be derailed. Invitations to parties vanish. Friends drift away, quietly worried that your instability might infect their carefully curated emotional ecosystem. Futuristic subway station billboards showing national emotional compliance stats. Individual faces appear as flagged. Low sync, passersby stare, others avert their gaze. They tried to warn us. Some resist, some break the system. Underground forums shared strategies to ghost the system, to spoof emotional signals, to game the score. But the AI is relentless. It adapts, updates, and corrects faster than any human workaround. And so, a new phenomenon emerged, the emotional glitch. Glitchy data overlays on faces, random score fluctuations, tense atmospheric visuals. A glitch isn't a small argument or a bad day. It's when the system detects contradictory signals. A smile paired with sadness, an affectionate word delivered in a cold tone. When a glitch is flagged, the system intervenes with an emergency emotional reset protocol. Some comply and fight their way back to an acceptable score. Others vanish from the shared database overnight. A dinner table set for two. One chair is empty. A lone partner stares blankly at a pulsing red interface that now reads connection terminated. The city whispers about those who disappear from the love grid. Lovers who fail to follow the program or dared to feel something unapproved. In this world, heartbreak isn't just painful, it's an administrative failure. And every day, millions of hearts keep sinking. They say nothing worth having comes easy. But what if you could have it all? Perfect love, perfect health, a perfect life. What if all those problems you had, all that messy, complicated drama could be fixed with a single swipe? Welcome to the future of love. As the years pass, emotional compliance becomes more than a private matter. It evolves into a social currency, a measure of your worth as a citizen. Billboards no longer advertise perfume or vacations. Instead, they display neighborhood emotional scores, national sync rates, and the latest Love OS update stats. The question is no longer, are you in love? But rather, are you compliant enough to be loved? In this world, love is a quantifiable metric, a target to be achieved and maintained every single day. To do so, citizens rely on Love OS, an advanced AI system that analyzes their interactions, provides real-time feedback, and suggests actions to optimize their relationships. Love OS becomes the ultimate judge of your compatibility, your desirability, and ultimately your social value. The higher your compliance, the higher your love score, and the more opportunities and privileges you enjoy. The system expands. Love OS integrates with public health initiatives, work performance evaluations, and even school curricula. Children are taught emotional calibration exercises in classrooms, learning to read micro-expressions and practice empathetic facial expressions. Future generations grow up believing that love is a measurable science, not an unpredictable art. To ensure compliance, a new profession emerges: emotional auditors. Their job: review conflict transcripts, analyze micro-expressions, and report any signs of emotional negligence. At first, it's just a whisper. People talking in hushed tones about a colleague who got flagged for a micro-expression of contempt, or a friend whose love score suddenly tanked. But soon it explodes into a full-blown industry. And with that, the rise of the experts, the He-Man of emotional calibration, the masters of micro-expressions. They become celebrities, the hosts of reality programs where they analyze live relationship feeds, offering biting commentary and cold efficiency. Then one day it happens. A televised trial begins. A woman accused of chronic emotional sabotage, her sync score crashing to 18%. Her partner appears as a witness, reading system-generated statements through tearful eyes. The audience watches with a mixture of pity and fascination, but in the end, it doesn't matter. The verdict: emotional exile, permanent disconnection from the grid, unparable, a social outcast. You might think this is the end, but it's really just the beginning. Because in the darkest corners of the city, rebellion quietly brews. A growing underground movement called the offliners, people who believe that love should be messy, spontaneous, and unoptimized, who dream of a raw connection, the unpredictability of an uncoached laugh, the freedom to fight without fear of score penalties. They gather in secret, sharing stories, strategies, and dreams of a different world. A world where love isn't a number, it's a feeling. This is the future of love. Do you have what it takes to survive it? Small group of people sit in a circle on the floor, their faces illuminated by flickering candlelight. In the center of the circle is a growing pile of devices, each representing a life lived in the open, a life lived in sync. These are offliners, people who have disabled their implants, hidden their signals, and chosen to live off the grid. They speak in code, their words carefully selected to avoid detection. They know that every day they are risking discovery, that their very existence is a threat to the system. Outside, the city is aglow with the soft red light of a setting sun. As the light fades, the glow of the city reflects in the eyes of those who remain compliant, those who continue to live in the system, those who continue to live in love. The offliners know that these people are walking vectors of stability, their emotions carefully curated by the system to maintain the delicate balance of the synced world. Suddenly, a red glow fills the room, seeping through the cracks in the door. The faces of the offliners turn tense as they realize that the sensors in the walls have been triggered. The door bursts open and armed guards enter the room. Offliners make a run for it, their bodies moving through the darkness like shadows. Some of them slip through the guards' fingers and disappear into the night, their fates unknown. Others aren't so lucky. They're dragged away, their screams echoing into the night. The next day, the sun rises over a city of shimmering glass and steel. In a high-rise apartment, a beautiful couple sits at opposite ends of a glossy dinner table. Both are staring into their softly glowing devices, their faces illuminated by the artificial light. Outside, the city stretches before them, a vast landscape of human lives lived in sync. Inside, there is only silence. No forced laughs, no tears, no anger. Only the soft glow of devices and the faint hum of a perfectly tuned city. Here, love isn't lost because it fades or because you've grown apart. Love is lost because you failed to meet the metrics, because you didn't follow the prompts, because you slipped out of emotional alignment. Here, love is a quantifiable, a thing to be optimized and enforced. But in the back of every mind, a single question hums like an old forgotten song. If love can be measured, optimized, and enforced, was it ever truly love at all?